be on the counter. No, 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 no.
What? No. Call now to speak directly to an attorney.
What are you doing? Lucky, what are you doing to me?
Такое ощущение, что вы не ели как минимум неделю.
Come on! Yay!
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another day with Bai, the little dog who somehow manages to turn every ordinary morning into a brand new adventure. Like every day, I woke up a little earlier than usual. The sunlight was shining through the curtains, birds were singing outside, and the house felt peaceful. I stretched my arms, yawned, and reached down to grab my favorite blue slippers. But they weren't Andapos. There. End quote. That Andapos. Strange. End quote. I looked under the bed. Nothing. Behind the chair. Nothing. Near the door. Still nothing. These slippers had been my favorite pair for years. They were soft, comfortable, and perfect for sleepy mornings. I couldn't Andapos. Imagine where they had gone overnight. As I stood there scratching my head, I noticed Bai quietly sitting in the hallway. He wasn't Andapos. Barking. He wasn't Andapos. Wagging his tail. He was simply staring at me with the sweetest, innocent face in the world. Too innocent. His ears were standing up. His eyes looked extra round. And every few seconds, he slowly looked toward the living room before quickly looking back at me. I laughed. End quote. Bai, do you know something I don Andapos? End quote. He immediately looked away as if he hadn't Andapos. Heard me. That was my first clue. Bai had definitely done something. So our morning mission officially began. Operation, Find the Missing Slippers. I started searching around the house, while Bai followed me from room to room. Whenever I walked into one room, Bai walked into another. Whenever I looked behind the couch, Bai suddenly wanted to distract me by bringing one of his favorite toys. Coincidence? I didn't Andapos. Think so. Then something even funnier happened. As I walked past the dining table, I noticed a tiny piece of blue fabric sticking out from underneath the tablecloth. It looked suspiciously familiar. I slowly bent down. Before I could look underneath, whoosh, I sprinted toward the table faster than I Andapos. Ever seen him run? He slid across the floor like a tiny furry race car. Then he quickly grabbed something with his mouth and dashed away. End quote. Bai end quote. I couldn't Andapos. Stopped laughing. He had just stolen the evidence. Now the game had become a full chase around the house. I zoomed through the hallway. I followed. He ran into the kitchen. I followed. He circled the sofa 3 times. I followed again. His little paws made adorable tapping sounds across the floor while his fluffy tail waved proudly behind him. Finally, he stopped near the window. He looked at me, then looked at the slipper, then looked back at me. It almost felt like he was smiling. Instead of chewing it, he gently placed the slipper on the floor. Then, he carefully laid one paw on top of it, as if saying, end quote, this belongs to me now, end quote. I laughed so hard that I had to sit down. Bai wasn't Andapos. Trying to destroy my slipper at all. He had simply borrowed it. Apparently, while I was sleeping, he had secretly carried it away to create his own little, end quote, treasure collection, end quote. Curious, I looked around. Hidden behind the curtain were my missing slipper, one sock, a tennis ball, his stuffed duck, a tiny towel, a cardboard tube. Bai had built himself a secret collection of his favorite things. And somehow, my slipper had become the newest treasure. I couldn't Andapos even be upset. He looked so proud of his collection that I almost wanted to congratulate him. Instead, I gently picked up the slipper and gave him a belly rub. His tail immediately started wagging like a helicopter. Mission accomplished. Well, almost. Later that afternoon, I decided to test something. I placed both slippers neatly beside the couch. Then I quietly sat nearby pretending to watch TV. Bai looked at me, then looked at the slippers, then looked back at me. He waited. 5 minutes. Nothing. 10 minutes. Still nothing. I thought maybe today Andapos' adventure was over. But as soon as I walked into the kitchen, tiny footsteps. Tap, tap, tap. I peeked around the corner. There was Bai. Very carefully, very slowly. He gently picked up only one slipper. Not both. Just one. He quietly carried it into the living room and curled up beside it. He didn't Andapos. Chew it. He didn't Andapos. Tear it apart. He simply rested his head on it and closed his eyes. That Andapos. When I realized something. The slipper smelled like me. Whenever I left the room, I loved staying close to anything carrying my scent. To him, the slipper wasn't Andapos. Just a slipper. It was a little reminder that I was nearby. My heart completely melted. I sat beside him, scratched behind his ears, and whispered, end quote. So that Andapos. Why you keep stealing it, end quote. Bai opened one sleepy eye, wagged his tail once, and leaned against my leg. From that day on, I stopped wondering where my slippers disappeared every morning. Sometimes I and Apos, D find one beside his bed. Sometimes under the coffee table. Sometimes near the front door. Every hiding place came with one happy little dog lying next to it. Now, whenever I couldn't and Apos, T find my slippers, I didn't and Apos, T get frustrated anymore. Instead, I simply asked, end quote, "Bye. Where did you hide them today?" End quote. Most of the time, he and Apos, D happily lead me straight to them with the biggest grin on his fluffy face. Looking back, I realized that life and Apos' happiest memories often come from tiny moments we never plan. A missing slipper became an unforgettable game. A mischievous habit became a sweet sign of love. By reminded me that pets Don and Apos, T always show affection in ways we expect. Sometimes they Don and Apos, T need fancy tricks or perfect obedience. Sometimes love is simply carrying your favorite slipper across the house because it smells like the person they love most. Every playful moment, every silly chase, and every unexpected surprise becomes another beautiful memory we and Apos LL smile about for years. So if your furry friend steals your socks, slippers, or even your blanket, maybe Don and Apos T rush to be annoyed. They might just be saying, in their own adorable way, end quote, "I love being close to you," end quote. And honestly, I wouldn't and Apos T trade those missing slippers or those unforgettable mornings with Bai for anything in the world.